Hey, this is Ken Casey from the Dropkick Murphys, and I love the Grandstanders! Take it away, kid!
Welcome to another edition of Grandstanders Live. I'm your host, Scott Kerman, and I'm joined by my usual cohorts, Uncle Joe McLaughlin, and he's the professor, Russ Stevens, and he's JP's for his son, Tim Hoey. Well, we have another great show for you tonight, so boys, let's get it started. We start with the New England Patriots, the 3-0 New England Patriots. What happened right now? When they started the first 4 games of the season last year, what were they, 2-2?
I think that's right.
Yeah.
You're right.
We can call them 8-0 right now, I think.
No. We've got to play the games.
Yeah.
I've got to watch the games, and I've got to DVR the games. All right, Patriots 30, the Jets 14. It was a shutout because they scored on a muffed punt
and a pick six.
By Jared
Two
Stidham.
terrible plays.
Yeah.
Absolutely
terrible
awful.
rookie plays.
But Russ, they came out early, 20-0 the first quarter. It looked like it was going to be 80-0.
I think they got kind of bored. I know they didn't play that well. The offense sputtered, and we'll talk a little bit about that. But I think it's also, you just know you could cook this team by 60 points if you wanted to, and you start to lose focus.
Yeah, look, Bill took Tom out when it was 30-7. That was strange. That was strange to me. I had
Bill
not
must
seen
be
that.
watching this show and listening to us, right? Because we're all screaming for Brady to come out when they have a big lead, and I'm still for it. I'm still for taking him out.
But
I don't want to see him get hurt.
When you saw that, I thought he might be injured.
I was hoping that he has been on the injury report for the last couple of weeks. He was on it today.
Yeah, I think
limited participation.
I think he wants to see how Stidham responds.
Yeah,
he didn't
right.
give Stidham a heads up. He said go in, and he wants to see how Stidham responds.
Well, the
going
Patriots
in.
responded by signing a third quarterback.
That's a good
right.
point, yeah.
It wasn't a good couple of days for Jared
That might
Stidham.
be more of a reaction if Tom is limited. That's only one guy to throw balls around for 53.
Right.
You need two players.
Well, that just shows you 3 weeks ago that was a mistake getting rid of Brian Hoyer.
Well, they figured they'd save some money and maybe bring him back, but the Colts were smarter. He made a lot of money on that.
I don't understand why it's a mistake to get rid of Brian Hoyer.
Well, look, you had a guy who could be a game manager. That if Tom Brady,
Great with this.
By the way, you're going to throw
Thank you for saying
Stidham's ability to be a backup out with one appearance where he overthrew a guy?
No, but would you agree that the defense is good enough to win a Super Bowl in itself?
I don't think Brian Hoyer was going to... We talked about... I don't think Brian Hoyer was going to be that much better as a backup quarterback than Jared Stidham.
Oh, I think he'd be way better.
I'm not ready to throw Jason Stidham under the bus because of one interception and pick six.
Right.
I'm not ready to.
I know, but he's still
That
a
was
fourth-round
a
pick.
disgraceful
It
play.
might have been
And even
disgraceful.
he said he wasn't ready to come in.
I
What do you mean
probably
you're not
saw
ready?
20 quarterbacks do that 20 times in the last 2 weeks. Throw that same pass.
I know,
That's
but
exactly
look,
right.
all right, would you rather have
Which
Cody
is Tom
Kessler?
Brady. Tom Brady doesn't throw that pass, but every other quarterback does.
Would you rather have Cody Kessler or Brian Hoyer right now? Who's familiar with the system?
Talking to me?
Yeah, no, both.
Of course you'd rather have Brian Hoyer,
All right,
but...
well, there you go. Then that was a mistake then.
No, it doesn't mean it was a mistake.
It wasn't. I mean,
What was-
it,
what was-
look, they
It
didn't
didn't
get-
work out for them.
They didn't even get anything.
The
for
move
it.
didn't work out for
You're
them.
trying to free up money, and you're trying to free up a
Yeah.
roster spot. That's why they got rid of Hoyer. If he felt like we're fine with the money and wanted him for the roster, he could have kept him.
What was he like $2 million?
Yeah, $2
Three.
million. $3 million.
You get a lot for $3 million.
He was,
right.
yeah. The 3 was what it
You
was
get what?
about.
You can get a
but then the
couple of
Colts gave him, what, 5?
You can get a couple offensive linemen.
Well,
for
upon
that, right?
further
That's right.
review, the Hoyer and the Brown acquisitions are a fail. I can see it now.
Well, that's why they got rid of Hoyer, 'cause I think the AB
there's
was
no
in the
speculation. They both failed acquisitions.
Oh, I totally agree with you on the Brown one. I don't
right.
agree with you on the Hoyer.
See, I would have done the Brown thing.
Well, if Bill had been listening to me a few years back, he would never have traded Jamie Collins, who was he wasn't even a senior back then, right? You know, and he was
Holy
just Jamie
smokes.
Collins. And look, Jamie Collins again this week was a monster on the field.
An absolute monster. I was watching him. He was just keyed on the running back.
Yeah, he can do everything.
Who's their star running back? The Jets.
What's that? Bell.
Le'Veon
Bell. He was just keyed on him. Everywhere Le'Veon Bell was going, Jamie Collins was going. One play I watched, Le'Veon Bell was going out for a screen, and Jamie Collins just went right out there, read it 20 miles away, and was just waiting for him to get the
Well,
ball.
that's the position, the monster position in Belichick's defense. Remember, Willie McGinnis used to play it.
So Le'Veon Bell's one of the top running backs in the league, right? And Jamie Collins just manhandled him.
And Russ, we thought that you needed to go out and get a drafted nice young, fast linebacker, and all you needed to do was bring back the guy you should never
All
get
you need
rid
to
of.
do is have the Cleveland Browns make yet another personnel mistake.
Yeah,
Cut a
right.
guy who's a terrific athlete, who's motivated to play well, and have him fall right back into Belichick's lap.
And then Patrick Chung, Joe, fantastic.
Yeah, well, he's motivated. He's got to pay those lawyers up there in New Hampshire.
I knew you were going to say that. Timmy, is this a defense that could win a Super Bowl in themselves?
Absolutely.
And we could not have said that.
I mean, we do see when it comes down to the nitty gritty, it's defense.
Right.
What did it come down to in the Super Bowl in the AFC playoffs last year? Defense.
And we haven't even mentioned guys like Gilmore. We haven't even mentioned the defensive back.
How did we lose 2 Super Bowls to the Giants? The Giants defense.
Yeah, right. Absolutely right. And we have a defense that is stingy. They have hardly even been in the red zone. The other team.
Yeah. It's a very veteran defensive backfield. I mean, they've all played together for a good long time.
All right. When we go back from the break, more Patriots. It's Patriots.
We
porn.
should do more Brian Hoyer talk.
Well,
Yeah, I think
we
Brian
got-
Hoyer.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Okay, so all 4 offensive linemen could be injured, and they could sign all of us, and then all Patriots fans would go, "Well, Dante will coach him up."
That's exactly how it's.
Is that how this works now?
That's how we
guys
do it.
off the street, Timmy. Right?
But we're just going off of what we've seen through the years. I mean, the one year Dante wasn't here was the one year the offensive line was terrible. And then he came back again, and they're good again.
They said that horrible announcer, whoever was announcing the game, Rich Gannon, kept on saying when they showed Dante, if there was a Hall of Fame for assistant coaches, you
There
can put
is.
him in the regular Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, there is.
Yeah, right. There is a Hall of Fame, and
You can go in as assistant coach.
He had the title of assistant head coach
Sure.
for many, many years.
does he still have that?
No, I think when he retired, when he came back just as offensive
Did
line coach.
Was he a head coach for one game or something?
Yeah, 3 minutes at one
Yeah,
point in
and he
time.
was offered the job, and he turned it down.
Is that right? I forget. Joe knows that stuff.
My
All right,
old Patriots stuff.
only us can miss the fullback on the team dramatically, and it's James Devlin, and we haven't won a Super Bowl recently without James Devlin
Well,
being
that's-
on the roster.
That is
Correlation does
right,
not
not causation, but exactly right, Joe.
No, he's
He's
been
a
very
fullback.
important.
Guys, he's a fullback. Like it's not. He's a nice to have.
Yeah.
He's not going to make or break your team.
But Russ, you've lost Gronk and Devlin in the last, few
Two fine blockers.
few
Two fine
See,
blockers.
Russ, I'll
yes.
disagree a little bit on Devlin because, the Patriots going counter to what the league is going. The league is going lighter and faster. And the Patriots, to counter that, are going kind of big, giant fullback smash mouth. And you're getting some lighter skinnier linebackers in there, and you bring James Devlin, and he just clears the path.
But isn't he saving some of those offensive linemen, Joe, from some embarrassment with Tom Brady?
Yeah, well, they'll just change the offense. They'll go, especially as long as you got someone like Edelman and White,
Right.
You can go to the quick passes. It doesn't matter how fast the rush is coming in on you. You're getting rid of the ball in a second
And
or
we
two.
got to remember, we did not see James White Sunday.
Right.
Yeah, he's
He
having a kid.
programs his offense to who's available.
Yeah.
Right? So Devlin's not available. They're gonna, they'll see if this kid Johansson can block. If he can't, then they'll start playing without a fullback,
Yeah.
and they'll find 5 other things to do.
Josh McDaniels knows what he's doing on the offense.
Oh my God,
Belichick
does
doesn't
he
even
ever.
go over there.
Yeah.
They're all about matchups, too. Who they're playing,
Yeah.
what they're going to do.
Right.
Okay, so my Gunner jersey just came in the mail. Actually, thank you, Joe. So could that be?
Did you really get a Gunner jersey?
Of course, I had to, right?
Yeah. Gunnah.
Yeah, right. Ghana. Yeah, right. Almost, is he one more fumble away from being on the
Belichick
street?
was giving him a free pass in his press conference.
He didn't get cut.
afterwards, and he said, "Look, he's done a really good job. He's done a good job." It was on the Monday show. He's done a good job in practice. He's handled the ball well. He handled the ball well. I think he's going to give Gunnar a bunch of chances.
He's probably handled more punts in those 3 games than most guys have done in a career.
And look at the load he takes off of Edelman by
That's a
doing the
great
punts.
That's what it's all about.
That's a
Yeah,
great point.
he's
Tim.
brave. He's got big cojones. I tell you, he takes that ball.
He's only, to Joe's point, all preseason, I'm sure they see him in practice. All the punts that he's had so far, he's only even remote looked shaky on one.
I don't think you could advance a muff punt.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can.
You
Sure.
can? Oh, I see. I thought you couldn't advance it.
Yeah.
All right, those rules haven't changed because they've gone back
Yeah, I
and forth.
think college you can't. It might be the case, but I'm not sure.
All right, well, Edelman, it's time for his annual injury or get jammed up for steroids. So I feel like we need to have Jules spend a couple of weeks on the bench.
tropics.
Yeah, right. Because look, he's not a 19-week guy. He's not.
He's 32 years old and he's like 100 pounds lighter than the average guy in the NFL.
Well, let's also put in his style of play
Yeah,
is not
over the middle.
conducive to staying healthy.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy fights for every inch, and when you're fighting for every inch, you just got safeties coming in helmet first, launching themselves at you.
Didn't you like what Gannon said? He says, I think Brady's deliberately throwing the ball low and away
yes.
Great point.
to
That was a
keep
great
him from
point.
getting
That was
whacked.
a very
Yeah.
smart point.
Well, when watching Andrew Luck's press conference, he said all he did was injury rehab, injury rehab, injury rehab. You feel like that's with Edelman too. The guy's never truly healthy. He's always got some lingering injury because he's taken so much abuse.
That being said, he's one of what I think 3 guys on the team that to me they're past the point where they can do any wrong. It's Brady, it's Edelman, and Hightower,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Hightower's gonna get injured. We'll be a little frustrated, but Hightower has helped us win 3 Super Bowls.
Oh my God!
Edelman's helped us win 3 Super Bowls.
Tom
These
Brady's
guys,
helped us win
these
6.
guys have given their health to this team.
Anybody on the offense, I think you remove Edelman from it, I think it's the biggest change to the offense, other than Tom Brady.
Yeah.
He just gives you that outlet.
Oh, it showed in the Super Bowls you could be without Gronkowski and win a Super Bowl, but you couldn't be without Edelman.
He is Brady's binky.
Yeah.
So Josh Gordon, he reminds me of the Erod of the Patriots.
Yeah.
Sometimes he shows just stardom. Next thing you know, he's a knucklehead and it can't run the right pattern. And then this game against the Jets was a microcosm of who he is.
I
a
think
couple
that-
great catches.
Jekyll and Hyde, yeah.
So I think he's not the crispest route runner, but I think he's a spectacular athlete who's going to
Yeah.
catch contested balls.
Okay, so is he we talk about number 1 receiver, number 2 receiver, and that's really just in our heads, right? I mean, it
just
really
in our
doesn't
heads.
matter. But
Yeah.
is he a number 1 or is he a number 2?
When he's healthy, he's a perfect complement to Edelman. I mean, there's no kind of receiver you'd want opposite Edelman than Gordon.
Right.
He
It's a
plays
prototype.
all 3 positions, X,
Yeah.
Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And Philip Dorsett looks like the perfect to me.
terrific.
The third
Him
like
and
a
Brady,
perfect
third
him and
receiver.
Yeah,
him
you
and
got the others. He's taking
him and Brady are in sync. So if you could get Gordon to run the routes like he's running, that would be your perfect receiver.
Now all of a sudden you have James Devlin, Isaiah Wynn, and N'Keal Harry on the IR, and only 2 out of 3
I
can
know.
What
That's
two?
not even
What 2 are you guys picking,
Not even a
Joe?
question
not even
about
close,
this.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's win in the kill.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think that depends on if the.
Oh my God!
Oh my God.
Well, I'm going to
You guys just hate James Devlin.
Let me.
No, I love James
A
Devlin.
Sullivan Tire commercial.
You're saying.
Wait, we
you're
gotta go to
saying-
the break.
Yeah.
When we come back, it'll be more Patriots, and I'm gonna give James Devlin love.
Wait, you're saying not Devlin?
Not Devlin.
No,
You take
no.
the other two.
It appears these hot ashes are about to be dumped, which could possibly start a wildfire. How will Smokey deal with such a hot situation? The garden hose defense. Next, a thorough stir. Then another spray. And finally, feeling if the ashes are cool. Oh, yeah. Ah, yes, the selfie. A ritual practiced so frequently with this tribe, but not so much by Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent
Harry's picking
wildfires.
up the playbook.
Selfie is really good.
You know?
Okay, you need to watch this. I'm telling you, I've noticed that the head coaches on the opposite side of the Patriots are now pretty much motionless the whole game. After the Super Bowl, they don't want to give any tells to Bill Belichick. Right. So if you saw Tomlin, he was like this, hardly spoke. I'm telling. So watch this week with McDermott. See if he does the same thing. Bills, Patriots, 3-0, 3-0. We know that's going to change with the Bills. We know that they're phonies again.
Well, I don't know. The Bills have a pretty good defense. I mean,
They were the number one defense
and I'll
last
tell
year.
you what, the Patriots usually stumble around this point a little bit. You know, we win cocky, and we always seem to stumble a little bit, which turns out, you know, to humble the guys a little bit and get them back on a working page. But their defense is just unbelievable. You know, we haven't had this defense in years.
Russ, you think this is a game that's going to humble us?
Well, they haven't beaten anybody. We haven't beaten anybody. And it feels like those games in Buffalo are close, but when's the last time we've lost in Buffalo?
Long time ago.
Like 9 years.
31-3 that time.
Yeah, something like that. So, I mean, we always win these games, but they feel like they're wonky games when we play up there, right? Not very high scoring. Weird stuff happens. Somebody throws something on the field that's inappropriate.
Yeah, because we always remember the Lawyer Malloy game. That is like
20 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
31-3,
It was like,
and they avenged it the
seriously,
last game of the
15 years
season.
ago.
But would you agree that? Do you remember that game?
Yeah, all the others just blend in.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, I just think of Joe Ferguson torching the Patriots, and he sucked. All right, we're gonna go to the Boston Red Sox. We have to.
Wait, predictions.
Oh, predictions first. You're right, Joe.
Well, they've got a good defense, and our offense has been pretty much poor for the most part.
All right, come on.
24-10. Patriots.
23-17 Patriots. Close.
I'm going 21-17 Bills.
Pretty weak. Oh
He's
my
guaranteeing the
God.
victory.
I know, right? You really are superstitious, like nobody I know. Patriots 38, the Bills 10.
Wow.
And Gunnar fumbles another
one.
punt. Yeah, right, exactly. And then I put my jerseys on eBay. All right, we're gonna go to the Red Sox. We have to, boys. We have to. This is it. We're only
Last game is Friday night.
Across
Is
the
that,
Bear. No,
last Sunday. We're only like 21 games out of first place.
But we're going to finish with a winning record.
Oh yeah, no. Well, we have
We won.
81 wins.
highest
we won last
payroll
night.
in the league, 21 games out of first place.
We'll have a losing record at home
Yeah,
at Fenway
that's-
Park.
yeah.
Wow. When's the last time that happened?
Yeah, right.
Or maybe when we came in last
Well,
place.
exactly.
Are we sure? Are we absolutely positive, fellas, that Alex Cora's job is safe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They already sacrificed. They sacrificed the GM. They've already chosen Coro over the GM.
Okay, for now. But would
Yeah.
you agree, Timmy, that he has a short leash going into the season? If they were to start, I would say 7-13, he'd be gone.
You know, how does a coach control their starting pitching? I mean, you can only put out there who they give you.
That's right.
Right? I mean,
it depends on the circumstance.
The positional players, most of them had very good years, right?
So you see,
it was the
saying that
pitching.
Alex Cora's job is safe the whole year next year, no
If
matter what.
I'm
he's
the
gotta do
owner,
something
if
for
I'm
his
the
money.
owner, I'm looking at Cora going like, he all he had to do was he had to work with what he had for starting pitching. He couldn't whip up a brand new
Let's
pitcher.
ask a question.
Send out
So
there.
if Cora had managed his ass off and been a brilliant manager, how many more wins would they have this year?
5.
Five. And that
Yeah.
wouldn't be enough to get him into the playoffs.
No, I agree.
Right?
I agree. Well, that's right.
So-
but still, I mean, yeah, right.
So I don't disagree. I don't think he has a lifetime gig. And I think if they underachieve next year for a half a year, he could get fired. But they weren't getting into the playoffs if he had been Leo DeRocher, for God's sake.
Yeah, and it all depends on who they hire as their general manager. Is someone who gets along, likes Cora, or someone who comes in not liking him?
All right, so you guys think it's going to be an internal hire, or it's going to be outside?
Russ says so.
Kind of is pointing that direction, right?
It would be interesting.
Yeah.
I think they're going to bring somebody from outside.
They're not throwing a lot of names out there, so I'm inclined to agree with
I
Russ.
won't be shocked if it's a female.
Yeah, there you go.
What's her
Rachel
name?
Ferreira or something,
Raquel,
something
no,
like
I
that.
mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a good team. You could, an internal, external, just have it be a great team.
Yeah,
in the GM's office.
Would that be the first female?
Yes,
GM,
absolutely.
absolutely.
I could
I would ask her to go see John Sweeney. He came into a similar situation.
point.
His up against the salary cap in real tough shape there, in a bad developmental situation. Changed it all around.
Yeah, be great.
Well, I have to mention Craig Kimbrell. That's one signing I'm glad we didn't do. And Theo Epstein, Brookline's own Theo
Regrets
Epstein.
that one.
He sure does, because he's got 2 more years. He's one of the worst pitchers in baseball when he decides to pitch.
And I was all for signing him.
Yeah, that's
Shows you what I
thank
know.
God they didn't listen to us on that one.
Is he that bad? I haven't been following.
Yeah.
Horrible.
So
That bad.
Gasoline on a flame.
And they've collapsed for the second year in a row.
So what we saw in pretty much the second half of the season and then through the playoffs is who Craig Kimbrell is.
It looked like that last year wasn't an aberration; it was a downturn.
Now, he didn't really lose any velocity, did he? I mean, what? How does
No,
it?
they just lose their command.
They straighten out and they can't get
Right,
it over.
They can't get movement. They can't get it over the plate.
So I can't believe it. Tony La Russa, you would have thought, of course, that he would go with his drinking buddy Dave Dombrowski, is continuing to get a check from the Boston Red Sox. What role is Tony La Russa's other than greeting people at the game before they walk in?
I guess that has some value.
Well, or it makes sense if they're going to promote from within. There's another, older, wise man, in the house who this new GM could rely on. It
Old
would make
baseball
sense.
guy
Right,
type.
old baseball guy. I mean, that's another sign that's pointing to an internal candidate.
Does it just bother you that Mitch Moreland and Brock Holt are playing for the Red Sox this week when they should have been traded for? That just gnaws at me. I can't get
Would
over
they
it.
have even again? I would go to the same question. Had they traded for the absolute best player in baseball?
No, I'm
at
saying
the
they
deadline,
should have
would they-
traded those guys to get prospects.
For prospects, I
Yeah.
understand what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
So
good
does
point.
Brock
They
Holt
should
get
have been sellers.
Does Brock Holt get a
should have been
standing
sellers.
ovation on Sunday?
I think
I
Brock
hope so. He deserves it.
Does Brock Holt come back to the Red Sox?
Probably not.
Joe?
Probably not. He'll probably get more money.
They're going to
Someone else. It'll be.
They'll put
Do you
young
think
guys.
will he triple his money?
Maybe.
No, he's probably making $3 million right now.
he'll
No
make
way.
$7 million next
You
year.
think
probably.
he's that kind of ball player?
He could be a starting second baseman for a bunch of teams.
Brock Holt comes back to the Red Sox on a Xander deal, meaning a hometown discount. All right, when we return from the break, the Celtics and the Bruins. There you go.
Okay.
Good. All right.
Fit them all in.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate and it's worn like a badge of honor with good reason. Because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
I know 3 other people that wrote long letters too.
All right, so Vincent Poirier. See?
Poirier.
Poirier.
Yes. We'll all have French accents by the end
Yes,
of the
yeah, if he can play a little bit.
Poirier.
So now all of a sudden he's getting a lot of publicity, and can we have any expectations that at the very least he might be a defensive center?
Well,
Tony?
look, crazier things have happened. Tice came out of nowhere and had a really nice first year. Right?
Okay, hockey players, some of them are weird. They can just find it. They find something clicks.
He's a basketball player.
Oh, basketball.
He's the big guy, the 7 footer,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. We signed him.
You said a French name. I
I know,
thought you were
I
talking
think you're
about
probably
hockey.
Yeah,
Right,
French
he
Canadian.
He actually may play part-time for the Bruins.
He could be
Well,
a
he's
goalie.
French
He could be-
Canadian.
yeah.
I put him in the net. So I just
Timmy
look
better on
pretty
Friday.
stupid there, huh?
Timmy hates Tuca, so you put
I'm
a
like-
7-footer in the net and let's see what
I'm
happens.
thinking to myself, is this some guy I don't know about it? The Bruins?
Basketball 7 footers are usually too
I haven't heard at all about this guy. Where did he come from?
Yeah, they
From France. They
from
signed him
France,
from
right?
France.
Yeah.
He's like a Daniel Tice.
They just get him?
Signing.
No, like a few months
months
ago.
ago.
Yeah.
7 foot?
Tice, Taco Fall, and Poirier in at the same time, their big lineup.
7
Well, the
feet
fact
right
is that
across.
Tice was a huge contributor year one and just fell off
Yeah,
year two.
he had a pretty bad knee injury at the end of year one. I mean, they had to do some serious reconstruction.
Does Tice end up being the starting center
God.
and Cantor going back to more of a
He'll foul
backup
up
role?
by halftime every game.
No, but a backup role that Cantor is more comfortable.
To me, it's can they finish games?
Maybe they don't start either.
Well, I think they'll start one of them. The question is, last 5 minutes of a tight game, are they playing a center, or would they actually even try to go? That's some of the chit chat is, or would they try to go with their 5 best players, which would be Hayward, Tatum, Brown, Smart, and
Popovich had Brown playing center
Yeah.
in that World Championship.
I think with 5 minutes to go, you could get away
say
with
Hayward?
it. Yeah.
Hayward, yeah.
Yeah, 5
I mean, he's
minutes.
one of their 5 best players.
We'll see.
But Robert Williams,
Yeah.
Better be.
needs to step up.
That would be the best thing. Look, the absolute best thing would be Robert Williams steps up and shows you that he can play 20 minutes a game as a really
Oh,
good
yeah.
He
that
got to
would
put
be
some
something.
beef on. Hopefully,
Right.
he's put a little muscle on.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's in a weight program in that.
Yeah.
Just really
Off-season.
plays like a Dennis Rodman role.
Yeah.
I want defense,
Just play
Offensive
defense, roll to the
rebounds.
basket. Yep.
picks,
Yep.
hustle on the floor, and then if you can
Get
get
some
that,
lobs.
yeah, that's huge.
Right?
Right.
And if you can do that for, 18 to 20 minutes a game and play Cantor the rest, you'll be fine.
Who's the backup point guard? Mason Terrace's own?
Brad Wanamaker? Yeah.
What is it, Carson?
No, Carson Edwards would be the backup
He's
point
not
guard.
a real pure point guard, though.
Yeah,
No,
I
he's
think
more of a
Wanamaker's
Eddie House
at
thing,
least, earned his stripes. Maybe they'll go with him over Carson Edwards. Edwards is raw and he's small.
So the season tickets arrived today.
Of the Celtics?
Yeah.
Did you get paper?
Paper.
Oh,
Paper tickets.
my-
Thank you, Celtics. Bruins,
Love
take
that
notes.
stuff, right?
I know he's never gonna get over it.
Yeah.
But we did
like
like
it.
10 minutes on Dirty Water TV. All right, we're gonna go
Bruins,
to the.
send printed tickets.
We're gonna go to the Bruins now that Charlie and Carlo are signed, sealed,
Isn't that
and
great?
delivered. You guys see anything with sometimes they make these before the season start deals. I still feel
We're talking hockey now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Right, exactly.
I have to clarify.
there's going to be more deals made before.
No, I feel like Torrey Krug's gone in the next week.
Really?
Is that a possibility?
Yeah,
I think
hope
it's
not.
possible,
Yeah.
but I've been the one. Timmy always convinces me otherwise. I've been the one like, if you're going to deal one of these guys, wouldn't you deal Krug because you have Grizzlick? But you say Krug's too important as the quarterback of that power.
He does make that quarterback. Now McAvoy, is he a big
who I
drop
think
off?
is gonna be it.
He is a drop off. Krug is the master of it.
Yeah.
When he's out, you can see that puck. He has the ability to bring the puck into the offensive zone on the
Yeah.
power play. Kind of breaks that stalemate, the picket fence they put up.
Yeah.
Most of these teams killing penalties, and when he's not in there, they have a hard time
You
establishing
always
the zone.
convince me. I'm always the guy saying, Krug seems to be the one, and Timmy always
But other
convinces
than
me
that,
not
the
to.
rest of his game,
Just
he's not as good as McAvoy or Carlo. And Miller's coming back now too.
Add more.
Right, but by trading Krug, you'd be saying that giving up offense.
you would.
I would.
And
You
the
would.
power
You would.
play.
The power play. Now you're going to have to say they got to see how that in practice how that's going.
Plus,
is
McAvoy plays a lot of minutes. If you add the quarterbacking, the power play to it,
It's a good point.
he's going to be playing too many minutes.
However, now what do you get for Krug? If you can
another-
if you can get a big haul out
the
of
thing about it
Krug,
is what you're missing on this team is a lock solid
Right wing.
second line right wing.
Yeah.
Right. That's what you'd trade Krug for.
Yeah.
You trade Krug for a 25 goal scorer, 30 goal scorer.
and I think he's worth it to somebody.
Yeah,
I mean, he
right.
could be a valuable part
That's right.
on a team.
He's gonna
And a
get paid.
defensive prospect
Yeah.
to replace him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be draft picks and prospects.
But like when you're getting those prospects, they better be good prospects.
They top of the line. Yeah.
yeah, right. But also
I
something
mean,
you
not a
can
bag
use in
of
the future.
not a bag of pucks.
Their scouting, the scouting under Sweeney has been pretty good
Yeah.
evaluating young talent.
You make an argument that the job he's done over the last few years as a GM is right up there in our recent Boston sports.
Absolutely.
So right now I'm dangling him, and if I get the haul that I want,
You'd trade him.
I'd do it.
Interesting.
And Chara's really only a 15-minute
penalty
guy
killer.
this season.
But
right?
what you'll probably
We
log
say
the
that
most
every
minutes.
year. We say that
Yeah,
every year,
let's
and he
hope.
plays 30 minutes a game every year. For God's sake.
40.
Yeah, we're going to have to see a drop in minutes with Bergeron,
Hope so.
too.
Hope so. That'd be
He
nice.
wants to play tonight.
All right, any surprises on the roster, the final roster? Do we see any surprises, any guys that we're not thinking about right now who make it?
Well, the big question is, does Backus make it? Right?
Oh my God!
He's the big question. You don't save that much, but you really have to banish him to the. It sounds terrible. It's a terrible thing they do in hockey where they send him down to the AHL and he can't come back.
What's
He
called
gets-
Rusty Castillo.
Yeah.
You are hurting your team keeping him right now.
I know.
There's got to be
That's
5 or
Sweeney's big
6 guys
mistake.
with superior skill and ability fighting for his spot right now.
Exactly right. He's
Now,
going to block a bunch.
If you
Yeah.
send him to Providence, can you still trade him?
Yes. Yeah, you can still trade him.
I don't think anyone's out
No,
there.
right, but
You'd
I thought
have
you
to
just
attach an asset to trade him. He's a negative asset.
he's still tradable.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'd
Well,
have
from
to-
a leadership, some teams are looking for that character guy in the locker. That's why the Bruins got him to begin with. They wanted his character.
So back and stay or go?
Go.
stays at the beginning, but he'll be gone 20 games in.
I'm with Russ exactly the
There
same.
he goes. All right, well, that's our show for night one. I thank the boys. Want to thank everyone behind the scenes, of course. Handsome Todd. Please check us out on our website at thegrandstanders.com and tune in on Friday night for the Grandstanders Live on Dirty Water Friday Night Live, coming to you live from the greatest bar. I'm your host, Scott Kerman. Have a great and happy night.
Here comes the circus.